Hello guys and welcome back. In this video I wanted to talk about the story and how everything got started and why and basically the evolution that the project went through. So as you can see here, we have basically a small city, or there's actually a decent city on the background. There's few buildings here. These are from Kitbash 3D. They have free 3D models, I think, from the Gothic Kitbash that you can get for free. So these are the buildings from that. And then we hired Ibrahim Hindawi to do a lot of cool modeling for us. So this is the first building that he did model, and this is based off of a reference called Cuenca, or actually the name of the city is Cuenca, and it's in Spain. It's a city that hangs on a cliff, and this is the first idea that I had for the workshop. And if you guys remember, the workshop preview had this building on various cliffs, the two copies. And so the first idea we had was to basically recreate this in Houdini, procedurally model that in Houdini, and then do a lot of interesting destruction on that as well. But as I was doing more research, so we got this, we built the whole model, and then I one second, and then references, and then as I was doing more research, I found this city called Dubrovnik, and it has this building here that I really liked. It has a lot of elements that I saw that could work really well with this building. What I had imagined in the beginning is not to have any Kong animation or anything, just some crumbling, and cliff would be sliding underneath, and we get a lot of cool crumbling effect. But with this, when I saw this building, I wanted to do this. I wanted to change it so it's more there's more data to work with. And while I was doing this, I got in touch with Sean Young, who did the Kong animation and was very happy to basically create animations for us. So we hired him, and he created this first animation of the T-Rex pushing Kong. And the first idea is we wanted to get them to go through a building, basically, and that's the primary shot. Now we also wanted to take this further and provide you guys with more animation to work with, and so let me show this. And so this is all the animation that Sean did for us, and there's here a car being squeezed, and then T-Rex get hit, and then it's gonna Kong is gonna swing him into the building. All these elements are replaceable. You can have your own building. If you have a 3D model and it has enough details, you can use that. You can grab any section from this and use it. We will provide all the animation. And what I would like you guys to do is basically figure out or come up with an idea that reuses some of this. If you have access to completely different animation that you would like to use, that's perfectly fine as well. We do have this extra animation, which would be hitting the Cuenca building and the cliffs, and the idea I had in mind was to actually explore a different RBD simulation technique that I'm going to talk about. Whether I managed to finish the full setup or not, I'm going to explain the theory behind it, but you can reuse the same technique that I'm going to show in the Dubrovnik building that you guys and you can reuse that with this building, so you get completely different shot, and you can frame it in any way you want, and basically set up your scene. And with all this material, we are also going to provide this building, the Dubrovnik building, we're going to provide for free. The other as well as the animation. And we have 3 more buildings that are destruction ready. So we have this one, and we're gonna provide 2 more, and these will come with interior details, and you will have interior structure for the walls and everything. So we'll have 3 variations of this, and then the coincide building, which is this one. And these 4 models will be sold as a separate separate package. We're gonna call it destruction ready buildings or something like that, and it's going to be $30 to $40 for 4 models, and they're going to be really high res, designed for destruction primarily. There is nothing on the market like this at the moment, and we're going to provide Houdini files with all the layers and everything. If you guys want to take it further, you will have enough material to create something completely unique with this data. Using the Kong animation, you can grab any fragments, you can grab any buildings, and you can set up your scene and come up with the choreography on how you want the destruction to be. And then as we progress through this workshop, you're going to learn various techniques or recreate the techniques I'm going to show, and you will be able to get very high res destruction sims and basically create your own shot, and then continue the full process of creating particle sims and rendering the full thing. So that's the main idea for the workshop. And let me look at this again. And so basically what we're looking at here in this video is not the effort of one person. What we're seeing here is the effort of multiple people who collaborated on this to create the cinematography, the lighting, the compositing, the modeling of the buildings, as well as the RBD sim, the rendering, everything. So what you're seeing here is a combination of a lot of talents put into the same into use and to create the same thing. It's totally and it's perfectly fine if you don't have access to all this knowledge. You can take it step by step, take the animation that you like, create a simple camera, just a pan like the turntable here, for example. I don't know, yeah, like the turntable shot, and use this to show your destruction. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. In terms of light rig, you don't have to take it as complex. You don't have to do the same level, even though it will add a lot to your sim. You don't have to do all this complex lighting to show your destruction. You can just stick to a simple light rig and show all the details that you have and focus on that. So I think hopefully this clarifies what the goal is from this workshop, and you guys will be able to ask questions, of course, and we'll guide you through this process. But hopefully in the next few weeks everything will become clearer as to what you will be doing. It's perfectly fine as well to also redo the exact same thing as I will be doing, and then once you're comfortable with the whole workflow and you have a full grasp of what's happening, you can then go back and redo something more advanced, and that's perfectly fine as well. Thank you guys for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.